Hi everybody, Tina here with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and we're going to start our 4th of July card series. And so this is what I'm using. I'm just using a stamp set that has a bunch of 4th of July sayings and military type sayings. So we're going to use that, and then I'm going to use a star punch, a couple of them, and then this is the paper I'm going to be using. So we're going to create a really fun 4th of July card, and then I'll have 4 more videos for you. The rest of the week will be 4th of July cards. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take my 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and this is just a white piece of cardstock that I'm using. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4 this way. And when we cut the paper that way, it will allow us to fold our card this way. Okay, and then our card will open up like this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I just have this blue piece of paper, and I just happen to really like this blue. I think it's really a great deep blue. And you could do whatever, if you wanted it to be brighter or a little bit darker, whatever you wanted. So I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4, or 4. This is going to be 4. And then we're going to do 5 1/4. And that's going to be a layer on our card. So there'll be a little bit of blue right around it. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this piece of red, it's red polka dot paper, and I'm going to punch out some stars. Now you could do this on your Cricut. If you had a Cricut, there's plenty of cartridges that have stars. Or if you had a different punch or a die cut that you could go through your embosser, any of it would work. So I just randomly cut some stars out. Okay, so that's going to be an element on our page. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of white paper, and I know that it's 4 1/4 across because that's what it would be. It's left over. So then I'm going to take and cut, just trim a piece off at 1 inch. So I have this white piece, and it's actually going to go down here, but I'm going to do something to it first. Okay, so let's zoom in so you guys can see, because we're going to put this card together now. So I have my piece of blue that I've just taped down now. And I decided to add another element. So I just grabbed a piece of red cardstock that matches what I punched out. And this is just a random piece, actually. It's like probably about a 2 1/4 this way. But then I trimmed it to 5 1/4. And I want this to go not quite in the middle of my card, but right about there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I cut this piece. Remember, this is 4 1/4 by 1 inch. And so I just have a square punch, and you can do this with any square punch. But what I'm going to do is I'm just putting it right in the corner right there. And then it gives me a perfect little banner. Maybe not exactly perfect, but you know, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this piece to stamp my sentiment on. And we're going to do Freedom Rocks. And I'm going to stamp it in the same color as my blue. usually have a better idea of what exactly I want to do before I start. And so I'm going to take this linen thread, and I just have a piece of regular tape. And I'm going to start it like right in the middle. Well, maybe towards the bottom. Okay, so let's just do it on the bottom here. My original idea was to wrap it all the way up, but I don't really know exactly how to make that look right. So instead, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on the bottom. Just like that. And then what I want to do is I guess that's it's kind of covering it up more than what I wanted. Oh, well, this is just the process you go through sometimes when trying to make cards. Well, I think that I'll just put it just like that, and it'll still be there, but it just, I don't know, like, I think maybe it'll be okay. So I'm gonna use some dimensionals. This is just gonna pop my image up a little bit. And you could ink the edges of all of this if you wanted. I'm just trying to keep it real simple, really basic. So there's that. And then I have my stars. So there's that, and I'm going to take this star punch, and with my blue piece, I'm going to punch some of these little ones. This just came to me, actually, this idea. I wasn't going to do this at all. Just like that. And so that is our first card in our 4th of July card series. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will have another one tomorrow for you guys. So thanks so much for coming by the blog, and I will see you tomorrow.